Hey guys, it's Glenn for G&P Custom Fabrications, and in this video I'm actually going to do stuff for you to watch. It's been a while. Committed to it now, so let's get started. Watched the last video. This one is picking up same day right after I signed off in it, so let's get started. I'll go ahead and get the seat pulled back out of the way. We don't want to mess up that nice fancy interior. And the thing I was going to focus on is the battery. I have a rough start of it, pretty good structure there. It's leaning towards the outside, so I'm trying to get behind it and jack up the back of it and see if I can't get it leveled out some more, and then secure it to this outside piece. Trying to just lift it up, but it's apparently my tacks are a lot stronger than I thought. There we go. Let's see if that's leveling it up some. I got some metal here that's very tight. Just get it out of the way, and I'll come back and cut all this out and do this with one piece. I just don't need that. Just yeah, it's level-ish. Yeah, actually that looks pretty good. What I'm going to do to secure it is I got this piece of metal on this outside wall that I used to kind of build back where the original fender line was. I'm going to drill straight into it and into my bracket here, and that will help secure it until I can get some welds on it. It gets you a little bit of angle. See what first class hackery really looks like up close. Okay, here you can see the outside where that panel had been put in place to help fill that out, then crudely cut out with a torch to clear the axle. I don't think the axle even comes close to that now, so the fact that the bottom of the battery tray is going to be right there, but the bottom of the battery is actually up here, so I don't think that's going to be a problem. You can see down there. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and drill in through that outside wall into that, hopefully tap, because that's a pretty thick piece of metal right there that is on the end of that battery box that I can drill into and hopefully tap it and we'll run some screws into. This side, did. There we go. Alright, now go to a get through. Switch a different bit. Wow. Need it with a fresh battery. That was weird. That one side was so much harder than the other. Oh yeah, that's a good spot. Just because of where they came from. That piece of metal was actually part of the shipping rack that this lift came in on, and I'm recycling it. And one side piece drilled a whole lot harder than the other. Don't know why there'd be different hardnesses from one piece to the other, except for China. So with any luck, I believe this should be the right size for going 5/16. And if that's too big for 5/16, then I'll go 3/8. We'll see. Okay, just right sides. Without the some oil though. Even on cutting these threads, this piece of metal is tight just a little more than the other side was. Now to go to my nutsandbolts.com supplied hardware wall of nuts and bolts. No, I got a drawer here of random stuff that I just have. There we go. These are actually new from somewhere. I think I bought these at our local Baumgars because you can buy the bolts by the pound and they charge you by grade per pound, and it just seems like such a better deal than buying the individual bolt and paying for the individual. So get that one in there. Go to my supplied toolbox. That is not the efficient way to keep your tools. But I don't think I ever in forever bought any tools new. All my tools have been from estate sales and whatnot. So they're usually just random boxes of wrenches that get sorted and thrown into the bin. Not the bin, that would be the trash if you're in Australia. Get sorted and thrown in the drawers. I should probably get those neat dividers, and then I could actually fill several well-organized drawers out of this. Then I got my metrics and other stuff. There is an order to it. It's just not very pretty. So anyway, I digressed. Okay, so now I can get back in here, pull the battery out, and you can kind of see there's a gap in there. I can get some weld in that, and go ahead and get some structure welded around that. Cut this piece off, get a whole new piece here that I can weld down to this, and that would help tie all that in together. But yeah, between the bolts I just put in there and this welded to this framework, that is plenty for the weight of that battery. But there will be more, because I'll be coming off the frame, tying in with this bottom part down here, maybe at kind of at an angle. Right now, maybe set you down for this. Now, in the near future, I'll be putting windows in here. And I was really debating on whether or not how easily removable those windows were going to be. That battery would be able to be put in from the inside. So I will probably make the windows more permanent, because that was a concern of mine at first, because of the way a lot of my stuff was set up, that it would be hard to get to from the inside, yada yada yada. But really, once it's in there, I'll still have where you can hinge still going to be hinged in the center part like it was. I don't have room for the toolbox in there like I had. I don't know what I'll have room for in there now. But this will not be something that has to be taken in and out real often. And I believe, well, I can test my theory. If I was inside the vehicle, if I was inside of here and I needed to take the battery in and out, it could be done. So yes, I will put my window up there. It's plexiglass, so I just got some window tint to put on it, and then I'll be figuring out how to actually anchor it in place, but make it look a lot nicer, you know, considering everything else. But yeah, that's pretty happy with the way that's turning out. I'm so glad my beautiful bride thought of that. Now I just need to make it a reality and finish tacking it all in, burning it in all around the edges, knock off what I don't need, and yeah, then I'll come up with a lid. I did tie down system, and then a lid that will make sure I clear my battery post. I don't need it bouncing up and arcing out. So I'll be having to build a cap, I don't know, maybe about 6 inches lid that's either hinged over here. No, that would be stupid, because then you couldn't get the battery in and out. I'll just have it bolted around the perimeter, or maybe tilt this way and then bolt that way. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we come up with. I don't know. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. Let's get the battery back out of here as if the window was there. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Okay, give you a look down in there what's underneath it. So well, right now that's a block of wood that was holding it up, so I need to let that out, and then I can go ahead and put a flat piece under that. Now, if I had a brake, I could bend a piece that went down, across, and then back up this other side, and then weld that all in, and that would be awesome. And yeah, I was whining about my welder earlier. You end up with these nice booger welds like this, and you don't know what it's going to do. Is it going to feed wire? Is it not going to feed wire? Is it going to sit there and, you know, stick? You just don't know. Now, if I would go ahead and do a couple more 220 drops, so I can move my arc welder around. A lot of this stuff I can make look a whole lot prettier with arc welder, which is why I know my MIG welder must be junk, because I should not be able to make stuff look that much better with the arc welder. But MIG welder's really hit or miss. Sometimes I can get some beautiful beads out of it for, you know, 20 seconds if I'm lucky, and then it was trip and breaker, and we'll see what it does now. But I'm gonna pause right there, and no, I'm not gonna pause. I will stop just for a second and restart. Okay. Try and get a little. It is hot today. I'm going to try turning the fan, and hopefully it doesn't drown out the audio if I even have any audio at this point. I don't even know. That's the luxury of having new stuff that you're not familiar with. You don't know if it's always working or not. So let's find out together. That's the benefit of having a microphone right on me. Hopefully it helps with the sound. Now, I need to get some pattern material. Okay, fortunately I have not burned this stuff on the burn pile yet. So, got some good quality Amazon cardboard box. Or even cereal boxes. Well, I've been eating my cereal lately, so I'll have it. This is pretty big. Plenty of stuff here. That's good. About the creases. Looks like we're going here. And down. And that is close. I'm going to bend over this top edge right here further down, and then I think it will be right. Find a proper tool for that. I got a little whoop-de-doo right there. I make sure that that line is actually straight on my metal. When I cut it out, that won't be such a big deal. Right. We'll find us some metal. I got a spot my kitchen table where my laptop sits and where I do most of my computer work, and I had like 3 or 4 Sharpies sitting there. I don't know why. So why do you have all these Sharpies here? Well, it's because when I'm out in the shop, I'll grab up a Sharpie, stick it in my pocket, and then carry it in the house, and then when I get back out in the shop, I don't have any Sharpies to use. So it may be the case right now. We'll see. But anyway, I've got this piece of metal. It's a recycled shelf unit. Again, shelf for the cause. And let's find a marker. May have to go in the house for that. May have to go back in the house and reclaim a Sharpie. Or without going one out. I don't see one. In the house it is. Be right back. Alright, Sharpie acquired. So, a not so funny story about, should pretty much healed out now. Okay, this scar right here and this scar right here. True story. I don't remember what I was cutting on, but I even had, my block. I'm trying to keep, my hands safe, and it slipped. I don't know what happened. Got me. Blood everywhere. I wash it off real good, go in the house, flip the piece of metal over to cut the other side. Exact same scenario, block exact same way. Did it again. 15 minutes later, got me on the other side. So it's just, well, sometimes no matter how hard you try, you still can't keep your hands out of it. But I know gloves isn't gonna save me on it. I like having them for everything else, so I take them off all the time just for that. But yeah, definitely having a pusher stick is a saver. Now, I don't know if you noticed, I do have a whoopee in there. I don't think it's going to matter. I think I got a pretty wide area to weld onto. So with that being curved, I don't think it'll be a problem. I think I can. If it is, I'll come back and trim it back off. Well, I wish I knew for sure that this thing was recording audio, but if not, I will do a voiceover. Huh, that's even worse than I was anticipating. See, for some reason, I'm good there. I'm way off on this over. Recut it. I mean, can't imagine why I was off, because I didn't mark that cardboard at all. I just kind of laid it up there and cut it and. Actually, if I cut notch there to there, that will allow it this actually just this one here to start with. See that back in there? I got that piece there. Might just bend that out of the way. Okay, it still comes up to here. I still want to. No, you know what? That's fine there. We'll just need to get this line fixed. Right here. There. Somewhere between them lines is the truth. Alright, see how that does now. I believe I got a good feeling about it. Now what I'll do, I'll get this welded along the back and on this side, then I'll beat this front side down so it's rounded also, kind of get rid of this sharp edge, make it a little more comfortable sitting. So let's try out our new 30 amp breakers, shall we? Yeah, you can sit back here. One thing that talk about my breakers, and I'm not a certified electrician. This is my shop, and if I burn it to the ground, then I burn it to the ground. But the way this shop was wired, I've got like one breaker that is for like half this shop on outlets. I've gone through and I've broken it up, ran wires, and gotten a bunch of them off there. But on this wall here, well, I got welder plugged in now. It's also the one I got my TV on. Yeah, I'm bougie that way. I usually have YouTube videos playing whenever I'm out here working. Imagine that. And so anytime it would trip, it would go dark in here, the TV would go off. So when I came back in after I reset the breaker, I'd go back to YouTube. Well, YouTube assumed that I was done watching that video, so they took it off my list. So if I want to finish watching what I had been watching, I gotta go back and find it again and then start it all over again and rinse repeat every time I trip the breaker. So that made it even more annoying. I'm looking right now. I have holes here and here and here. I believe I'll half cover up. Not a big deal. Get this with the grinder real quick, just to knock any paint off of it, make it a little easier to weld. Actually, I need to do that with the bottom piece too, because it's got mill scale or whatever they call it. There. Makes it hard to weld as well. That line back there looks pretty good. This should be pretty easy to weld. Let's see if the welder's going to cooperate today. Okay, now I just had a really stupid idea, so I had to share it with you. Since, look at me when I'm talking to you. Something like that. There. That'll work, maybe. Maybe here. Yeah, really stupid idea I'd share with you is, as a lot of you know, the YouTube has algorithms and different things, makes it get suggested to more people, and one thing is comments. I usually don't get very many comments. I got a couple friends that, you know, will comment on every video I put out, and I appreciate that, but, you know, the algorithms don't care about one or two video or comments, and they don't even care what the comments are, you know. But if I could just get everybody that watches this video to leave a comment, tell me how stupid something I did on here was, tell me you can weld better with your feet, tell me to warn you anytime I'm going to be on the road so that you know to stay away, anything, any derogative comment I will just appreciate so much. I don't care if you're serious or not. But yeah, just help a fella out and give me some comments on just anything. I mean, if it's positive, that's great. But yeah, just make a comment, be funny. I don't care. I've got kind of a dry sense of humor. I probably won't take any of it seriously unless you just are really relentless. But yeah, just feel free to leave a comment down below on what you think of the project so far. You know, if you see any welds I need to go back over, any gaps, any metals, anything that you think would help out, feel free to let me know. If you think I should just haul it to the scrapyard and be done with it, feel free to voice that opinion as well. A lot of people don't get the whole rat rod thing. That's fine. You can look at it as a mobile piece of art, you know, abstract or whatever. That's kind of how I look at it. It's more as an art piece that goes really fast and is dangerous. Maybe that's part of the art. I don't know. But anyway, get some welding done here, and we'll see what we'll do. That's horrible. Possible. Back in here for this angle. Yeah. I don't know if you can hear that on the camera, but it just so I don't know. I guess the feed motor isn't strong enough. I'm trying not to have my line kinked. Something tells me I need to slow it down because it's bulging up. I don't know. That's better-ish. I think I'm gonna call it good for now. I don't know what else I can squeeze into this video. I'm really getting hot, really getting tired. But yeah, you know, this is pretty much what I was going for. Just trying to fill that in. Now, like I did on the other side, that you can't see because I got stuff sitting on it. But I'll bring the floor up, put a bend in it, and tie it in with this wall right here. The floor ties into it. I'll go back over this chicken poop here and try to clean that up and get some better welds on it. I'm not worried about getting long, beautiful welds that go from one end to the other. It's more of a matter of getting it tacked up and secured. Maybe if I got like a real small arc welder rod set up and some good rods, I could go back over all these and do some really nice long beautiful beads on top of this crappy looking MIG welding, and that would look awesome. I don't know if I'll do that or not, but I did just have a thought come to mind. This hole, or this stud sticking up here, is for the back package tray that I have in here, and I'm just wondering right now if I put it in, what it will look like. Get everything out of my way. Just real quick look at it. Just be a minute. You got time. Right there, you wouldn't watch this long. Shooting for, I had a just under 15-minute video to start with. And then I started doing this stuff. Hopefully I can get all that I just did squeezed down another 10. You know, maybe you guys stick around for 25 minutes or better. That would be great. Remember, leave me some crappy comments. I would really appreciate it. And, yeah, let me get you repositioned here. Okay, so if I use what I have here and I made a box that fit, that was trimmed over here out of the way. But if I was to cut this so it cleared the battery box like that, well, this would be gone. If I cut that off to clear the battery, then I attach a cap to it so that this is part of the, so the battery lid is actually attached to this. That way you can take that nut loose, open this up, and then get your battery post, get to the wiring that goes to the back of the car, and all that at one time. And if you need to pull the battery out, you could. It'd just be a matter of, this is aluminum, so I'd have to set my aluminum welder back up or make a box out of something else. Make a box out of something else and rivet it on here with some angle. Yeah, I don't know. Just a thought. But yeah, that would ensure that it got up out of my way when I opened it. but I still have to make a bottom for it. So that's yet to come, and that will not be on this video. Be thankful you got what you did. That's all I got to say. It's hard work, and having you all watch me makes it twice as hard. Not because I feel like I have to do a better job, and I do the same job whether you're watching me or not. It just slows me down having to move the camera and set things back up, and so anyway, I'm starting to feel the effects of the humidity here. I should say I'm starting to smell the effects of the high humidity here, and I'm ready to call it a day. So that being said, this is Glenn for G&P Custom Fabrications, living the dream till the freaking phone rings. Thanks for watching.